And on with the hour wheel. So here we are, replacing the cover plate for the calendar. And this, as mentioned before, is secured by 4 screws, and that's 3 around the rim, and 1 is slightly offset. Interestingly, these screws are blued. Now, of course, I can reinstall the calendar ring. And this slots underneath 2 little discs on the cover plate. You can see one there at 27, where it's got 27 on the calendar wheel, and the other is at 14 here. And I'm just making sure that it's slidden underneath those 2 discs. And also that the date jumper spring is not trapped underneath the calendar wheel, which is easy to do. And finally, I'll toggle this little eccentric to keep it in place. I'm using some Rodico to make sure there's no dust. So now just to test the operation of the calendar. And of course that looks good. So, now to reassemble the automatic work. We have 2 reversing wheels as mentioned before. And with the wheels in place, I can reinstall the cover plate, which is held down with 3 screws. Now you can install the automatic work at this point, once it's lubricated. However, I'm going to show you how the rotor is attached to the automatic work here. First I'll just lubricate these pivots. And just putting a little lubrication on the weight or the rotor post. As I say, I normally do this whilst it's on the watch, but just to show you the lever that holds the rotor in place, it's easier to show you here. So it locks in place when you push this lever across. It's possible to do this on the watch, as I said. In order to install the automatic work, it's useful to put a little bit of pressure on the winder by turning it. Allow the automatic work to engage with the winding wheels before pressing down. And failure to do that could cause damage to the wheels, and obviously that's not desirable. Once I'm confident that the wheels are lined up, I can now screw it into place. And so the movement is cleaned and lubricated and reassembled. And one last thing to do is to replace the dial and hands. And as mentioned before, the dial is kept in place with these with 2 dial screws around the rim here. So it's just a case of tightening those up. If we turn the turn the hands until the date changes over. We know that's midnight. And with the winder pulled out, the balance is stopped because of the hacking. So now we can just install the hands at midnight or 12 o'clock and we'll know that's midnight because the calendar just turned over. And whilst I'm installing these hands, I'm making sure that the clearance between the hour hand and the dial is even, and the clearance between the hour hand and the minute hand is even, and also the clearance between the minute hand and the seconds hand is even, and obviously making sure that none of the hands are pointing upwards or downwards and that they're perfectly straight. And with that done, I can just set the time and the calendar and put it on test. And so there we are. Our Rolex 3135 movement is cleaned and serviced and ready for testing. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching.